Hey, welcome. I'm Stephanie Claremont, the founder of the Living Low FODMAP community, and I want to take you on a little tour just to show you what this community is about as you're trying to make this decision if it's right for you. This is a place where, through the years or through the months or through the days that you've been doing the low FODMAP diet, you may have found that it's a bit tricky, it's a bit complicated. There's lots of different blogs and recipes and places to go for information. And Living Low FODMAP is a community where you can belong, you can come home to, you can get credible expert information from me. I'm not just a registered dietitian, but I'm a digestive health dietitian. I've been doing this for over 5 years, helping people with the low FODMAP diet and with IBS and digestive health issues. So in this community, there are so many options and so many things for you to get to really help you, truly help you in your journey with credible expert information and advice, suggestions to help you get to the next place, to help you with things like travel and vacationing and, day-to-day socializing and entertaining and hanging out with people, all these different things that are part of your life instead of just reading another blog post or instead of trying to ask a question on a Facebook group. This is a place where you can come home to and belong, so you can ask those questions, get credible information, and always have new information, new classes, new recipes coming out to you to continue to support you in the journey. On your screen right now, you're going to see the FODMAP Education Center. So this is where our community lives right now, and you can go to fodmapeducationcenter.com. Then you're going to see right down here Living Low FODMAP. And this is the community. When you click on it, you're going to be able to subscribe for the monthly rate and read a little more about the community with a message from me. You're going to see the membership features are different classes that are available currently, which will be including more and more classes every couple of months as new topics come up and as your needs arise. Then there's also recipes, and we are working on getting close to 100 recipes to start with, and then we are going to have new recipes come out every single month, and I'll show you a little bit about those in a second. We also have monthly calls, and this is an incredible feature where it's like group coaching support. So I'm going to get on the line with you bi-weekly and answer all your questions about the low FODMAP diet, as well as any other questions that you might have and that come up. Now, I've been doing this a long time, so I've heard a lot of questions, and I'm always learning new things and always hearing great questions. Some of them might be, how does exercise or meditation affect my diarrhea or my constipation? What's your advice for doing that? Or, pelvic floor therapy or aromatherapy or other kinds of remedies, that you need support with along with the low FODMAP diet. So we won't just be talking about FODMAPs here, although it is living low FODMAP and incorporating those strategies long term, but other things and other questions that arise. I also will do a deep dive call with you where you can pre-submit your food journals for a couple of days when you're having a really hard weekend or couple of days and you need someone to look at those food journals and say, what is going on here, and help you pinpoint some triggers. That's something we'll be doing on these calls as well. And there's nothing really like this. So I'm really excited to share this with you and show you around. Now, the other thing is that we have a community forum. And in this forum, this is a place where you can tag me and ask me questions. And you can also get some support and answers and discussions with other people that are in the community that are going through the same thing as you or are either further ahead on the journey than you. And I think this really comes into play when you're getting used to the diet and figuring out all the ins and outs of FODMAP foods, but then when you go to challenge and reintroduce foods in your diet, this is a really tricky process. And without having someone there to answer your questions and guide you through, it can be really challenging, more challenging than it needs to be. But also to hear people that are further along than you in the journey that maybe have tried foods or worked through challenge or are reintroducing and hear their suggestions and what works for them is going to be just such a great asset to have as you're trying to work through this in your life. You can scroll down on this page to see everything that's included and how much it will cost, and then you can also see all the courses that are involved. Now here on this website, we call everything a course, even though they're not courses. So here is a copy of the ebook, the IBS Master Plan, that you can download a PDF of, or you can download a file for your Kindle or your e-reader. You also have this Body Reconnect class, which is a class on really helping you identify triggers. And this one's really important wherever you are on your journey, whether you're doing FODMAPs or you're in challenge. I really want to make it clear to you to bring your awareness to your body so you can really figure out what those triggers are. And this one is a good starting place. The Figuring Out FODMAP class is all about implementing the diet and getting on track with that. And then living low FODMAP, cooking and grocery shopping and all those things. And then this is a class that's coming on beyond FODMAP. So this is going to be other strategies, dietary strategies that are going to be really helpful for digestive health that you can look at and include in your life. There'll be more courses coming out as well, and I have a few that I need to upload to show you that they're coming along. And then Bring It Back is the 6-week FODMAP challenge and reintroduction system so that you actually have a step-by-step way to bring each of the FODMAP foods back. Then we have a recipe section here, as well as the community forum and the coaching call section, which I mentioned to you. When you click on these courses, as they're called, you're going to go into that section of the community and see the different forums, or you're going to see all the information for the coaching calls and the schedule so you can block those times off, and then how to submit your questions to me. Now I'm just going to take you into the recipe section. Here you would just click resume course to get in. And once it's loaded, we can see that there are several different categories of different foods. Now, all of these recipes are low FODMAP, of course, and many of them, and they're lactose free because they're low FODMAP, but many of them are gluten free. And if they're not gluten free, there is an option to make it gluten free. So you can just swap something out. Now, the really special thing about our recipes that I want to show you is that, yes, it's a recipe, it's a low FODMAP recipe, but at the bottom here, we have FODMAP notes. And this becomes important long term. After you've done those first few weeks of the low FODMAP diet and you want to challenge foods or you want to reintroduce foods down the road for months and years to come, you want to know how you can actually adapt a recipe. Now, maybe you're really great in the kitchen and you know how to throw things in here and there. What we've done here is we've actually showed you the different FODMAPs that are in different foods, just calling it out so you don't, you just have that at your fingertips. So in this particular recipe, which is banana French toast, you can add raisins to challenge or increase fructose and fructans. You can actually substitute the pecans for sliced almonds to challenge or increase the GOS group of FODMAPs. Or you can substitute the banana for blackberries to challenge or increase sorbitol. So we give you these step-by-step FODMAP notes so you can actually have options to bring those FODMAPs in and expand your diet. This is really important because we want you to bring back FODMAPs even in a really small amount because they're really good for your gut bacteria to thrive. So moving ahead in this journey and having tools to do it with real recipes and strategies is really key. All right, here we are in the dashboard again. So when you do purchase this subscription and join us in the community, you're going to see all these classes, courses, and sections right in front of you. You can get started looking around. You can introduce yourself in the forum. I'd love to hear from you and hear about your journey and where you're at. And then you can go in and write down those calls that are coming up to schedule them in so we can see you there and I can get to know you and answer all your questions. If you have any questions about this community, about living low FODMAPs, I'd love to hear them. So you can email me at dietitian@stephanieclaremont.com directly and I will answer your questions. I'd love to have you in here to help you along this journey and to give you all the tools, classes, resources, recipes, everything you need as you move forward along this pathway. This is one hub. This is one place for you to always come home to every day, every week to get the answers that you need, to ask the questions and get credible support, and then get all the tools, resources, recipes, materials, classes, everything you need for lifelong health. I hope you'll join me. Ask me any questions you need, and I'll talk to you soon.